Hi, welcome back. It's been a while since we did a YouTube video, but we're back. So today's video is going to be a little bit complicated, but bear with me because everyone who's watching this speaks English and wants to learn Spanish. And today, what I want to do is go over the verb tenses in English and give you their equivalent in Spanish, okay? Now to do that, we're going to use one verb. I've chosen cantar, which is to sing, okay? Cantar, to sing. Now, from the verb cantar, we have the gerund, or the gerundio in Spanish, which is cantando, which is singing. And we have the past participle, or in Spanish, participio pasado, which is cantado, sung, okay? Like I have sung many songs. So, to sing, singing, sung, okay? Cantar, cantando, cantado. Now the gerund, if the verb ends with AR or AR in Spanish, right? The infinitive form ends with AR, then the gerund will always be formed with ando. What else do we have? We have verbs ending with IR, and verbs ending with IR, the gerund is formed with endo, and ER, iendo. So anyway, ando, iendo, and endo are the three endings for the gerund. So here are the tenses in English. We have the simple tenses, which are in the present, the past, and the future. Present simple, past simple, future simple, okay? And in English, it's very easy. In the first person plural, we sing. In Spanish, the present simple is called the presente de indicativo, the indicative present, okay? Presente de indicativo, and it's nosotros, we, nosotros, cantamos, nosotros cantamos. This is the present tense, present simple tense, the verb cantar, first person plural. Now the past simple, you're gonna notice something strange here. The past simple in English, we sang. In Spanish, it's called the pretérito, which we use sometimes that word in English as well, preterite. Nosotros cantamos. So you see, cantamos in the present, cantamos in the past. And it's like that with all the verbs that end with AR, and all the verbs that end with, or most of the verbs that end with IR, you have the same word in the first person plural present as in the simple past. So, nosotros cantamos, indicative present. Nosotros cantamos, preterite, pretérito, simple past. Simple future. In Spanish, we call it futuro, future. In English, it's we will sing. In Spanish, it's nosotros cantaremos, okay? Cantaremos. The first person singular would be cantaré. First person plural, cantaremos, okay? So future simple is the futuro, cantaremos. Now, we've dealt with the three simple. Now we're going to deal with the three continuous tenses. So the present continuous, we are singing in English. We are singing. In Spanish, to give we are singing, we put the auxiliary verb estar in the present plus the gerund. So, we nosotros estamos cantando. We are singing. Estamos cantando. Okay, so it's the verb to be, estar, in the present, just like here. Estamos cantando. We are singing. And we have the past continuous. We were singing. So now in the past continuous, we were singing. This is a chance for you to learn about the imperfecto, the imperfect tense, okay? Now, the difference between the imperfect tense and the pretérito, or the imperfecto and the pretérito, they're both past, but you can see the difference here. We sang, we were singing. So, we sang is simple, it's finite, it's over, okay? It's something that happened in the past and it was terminated. Whereas the past continuous gives you an action in the past, but that was occurring before something else happened. So we were singing when the teacher walked in, okay? Nosotros cantábamos. Cantábamos. This is the imperfect first person plural of the verb cantar. Cantábamos. Cantábamos. So far we have cantamos, cantamos, cantaremos. Estamos cantando y cantábamos. Now we're looking at the future continuous, okay? So we saw the simples, present, past, future. And so now we're looking at the continuous. We saw the present, the past, and now the future. Future continuous. In English it would be, we will be singing, okay? So it's future, but continuous. We will be singing. So to give that, to make sense of that, we would use the auxiliary verb estar again, but this time in the future, más the gerund, okay, or plus the gerund. So we will be singing would translate as estaremos cantando. Estar in the future, nosotros estaremos cantando. We will be singing. Estaremos cantando. So now we're leaving the continuous tenses and we're going to go into the perfect tenses. So we have the present perfect, okay? Now the present perfect is a tense in Spanish and it's called perfecto de indicativo, okay? Excuse me. In English it would come out as we have sung, okay? In Spanish, the present perfecto de indicativo is formed using haber in the present, más or plus the past participle. So the past participle of cantar is cantado. So nosotros hemos cantado. Hemos cantado. That's the perfecto de indicativo, which in English we call it the perfect present. Perfecto de indicativo. Hemos cantado. Okay? You would translate that as we have sung. Okay? Now the past perfect. Past perfect is also a tense in Spanish, and it's called the pluscuamperfecto. Okay? Pluscuamperfecto de indicativo. So in French they actually have that same tense. It's called the plus que parfait de l'indicatif. Pluscuamperfecto de indicativo in English is called the past perfect. So to give the pluscuamperfecto de indicativo, which we would translate as we had sung, we use haber in the imperfect plus the past participle. So nosotros habíamos cantado. Okay, so this is haber in the imperfect tense. Habíamos cantado. Okay, so again, it's used as a preamble to something else happening. Okay, we had sung 10 songs when our parents arrived. Okay? Nosotros habíamos cantado 10 canciones cuando llegaron nuestros padres. Okay? Past perfect. Pluscuamperfecto de indicativo. Habíamos cantado. Ahora, future perfect in English. In Spanish is another tense that exists called futuro perfecto. We will have sung in English. We will have sung, and in Spanish it's very simple. Habremos cantado. Okay, so habremos translates as we will have sung. Habremos cantado. Nosotros habremos cantado. We will have sung. Now we go to the perfect continuous, which is the last set of verb tenses in English. The present perfect continuous. We have been singing in English. In Spanish, we use haber, we use estar, the past participle of estar, the present tense of haber, and the gerundio. So, hemos estado cantando. Hemos estado cantando. Okay? We have been singing. Nosotros hemos estado cantando. Now we have the past perfect continuous. We had been singing, not we have been singing, which is the present, but we had been singing. So we use again the auxiliary haber, but this time we use the imperfect tense, plus the past participle of estar, plus the gerund of cantar. So nosotros habíamos estado cantando. Nosotros habíamos estado cantando. Okay, so there's only one left, and I've already put it on the board here. It's the future perfect continuous, and this is a very tough one in Spanish because really and truly, I don't think I've ever run across it. We will have been singing. Okay? So to make up or to translate this into Spanish exactly, I'd have to say we would use the verb haber in the future, so will have, haber in the future, estar, past participle, just like here, and the gerund. So nosotros habremos, which is haber in the future, nosotros habremos estado cantando. Okay? We will have been singing. How would you use that? So someone asked, like, well, what will you guys have been doing when the teacher arrives? And you could say, well, we will have been singing for an hour when the teacher arrives. Nosotros habremos estado cantando por una hora cuando llegue la profe. Okay? So nosotros habremos estado cantando. That's the way you would translate, we will have been singing. So we've looked at all 12 English verb tenses, and we've given you their equivalent in Spanish, all right? So, and we've only used the first person plural, you know, because of time and space, and I don't want to overburden you with information. So it's time to end our video, and before I go, I just want to mention that our website is this close to being released, where you'll be able to sign up for some serious Spanish language lessons. Our website is going to be called www.discoverrealspanish.com. Okay, so look for it, We're going to be sending out a notice through YouTube very soon and through other social media. And we look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.